Welcome to the Urban Palette Kitchen. I'm Chef Marcy and thank you for joining me today. Today I'll be making lemon caper perch fish. Perch is a white flesh fish. It's very soft, very easily to change into and manipulate into different flavors. In my pan right here, I add some olive oil and some butter. I season the fish inside the pan because I didn't want it to kind of burn or brown or anything like that, get that little gross little flavor. So I seasoned the fish inside of the pan. And I did score the other side, just means kind of cut little pieces of the skin and make sure that doesn't curl up, but it's still curled anyway. And it's not a dense enough fish that I felt like I need to press heavy on. So I can just kind of let it do its own thing. It didn't hurt anything, and it's not like there's a lot of skin on each side anyway. So I placed them inside of my pan. I seasoned with salt and pepper. So my little trick of drying out fish and absorbing the extra water, the excess water, is I use brown paper bags because it draws the water away and then it leaves the fish nice and dry. And patting sometimes kind of get the little molecules from the paper towel or the napkin or whatever you're using on the lint from your dish tile. So I just definitely like the paper bag a lot faster. So now that I've seasoned them and they started to brown on one side, I just flip them over. And you see I did score them, but they still kind of curled. So, I just let them do their own thing. I continue to add more fish while other pieces are cooking. And I just kind of take them out and kind of go with that whole flow. And make sure that you season both sides, front and back. I don't add a lot of seasoning to it, like garlic powder, onion powder, anything like that. Because I don't want it to overwhelm the flavor of the fish. So once I take them out, I put them in a pan. I set them to the side. One tried to get away, kind of rolled away a little bit. And it's about 2 pounds of white fish. And I like it. Perch is fairly cheap. You can find it almost anywhere, and you can find it fresh and frozen. But these ones are fresh. I went to my local grocery store here. So while that one is finishing, I add a mix of onions and garlic and a little bit of butter, and I saute that some more. And if you notice, every time I do end up adding oil, I have nothing in my pan, and that is a non-stick skillet. And so I add my Roma tomatoes, my red pepper flakes. So in the pan so far, I got the garlic, the onions, Roma tomatoes, red pepper flakes, a little bit of thyme, and I added a little bit more olive oil. Just want to saute that for a few seconds until it becomes aromatic. And I used a little bit of a Pinot Grigio wine, which is a white wine, and I let that reduce. And I'm going to show you guys a little technique. It's a technique I use with flour and butter. So that is some fresh capers I just chopped up. For my garnish, I did do deep fried capers. They're nice and crispy. So now if you notice, the wine has begun to reduce and it kind of becomes a little bit cloudy. I add a tad bit more red pepper flakes because I tasted it on my own, and I know how I like it. So that butter that I just add is mixed in with all-purpose flour until it becomes a paste. So it thickens and reduces at the same time. I added a little bit of chicken stock at the time, and then you have to swirl the butter in so it becomes an emulsified sauce. Otherwise, the butter separates, your wine will be separated and then your flour will be separated. So you kind of swirl it in, and you notice that the sauce has gotten thicker. So in case the fish wasn't fully cooked through, I add it back to the pan just so that it can fully marinate and become one cohesive dish. I garnish with a little bit of fresh lemon zest, a squeeze of fresh lemon juice, because you're going to get the best results with fresh lemon juice. Using the jar or the bottle stuff, it's not going to be really good. It's going to taste okay, but it's not going to give you the brightness that you're looking for. I add some parsley. It's really important that those little things kind of, you guys make sure that you kind of take adhere to, because they will take your dish from being regular to kind of being over the top. So I plated it up, and I stacked my fish on tops, and I garnished it with some fresh capers. See you guys next time.